From the heart of the jungle comes a savage cry of victory. This is Tarzan, Lord of the Jungle. From the black core of dark Africa, land of enchantment, mystery, and violence, comes one of the most colorful figures of all time, transcribed from the immortal pen of Edgar Rice Burroughs. Tarzan, the bronzed white son of the jungle. And now, in the very words of Mr. Burroughs, the story of African Thanksgiving.
It was late fall, and the heat hung like a stifling blanket over the jungle where it bordered the native city of El Reyden. Even the recently cut branches that covered the pitfalls were dry and lifeless. There were many of these traps designed to protect the city against marauding beasts. A huge lion lay on the bottom of one of the pits, gasping for breath in the arid heat of noon. For a moment, the lion seemed confused as the slender figure of a white girl came hurtling down into the pit. Then he crouched low, snarling. He was about to spring when a bronze savage leaped into the pitfall and came slowly toward him, a gleaming shaft of steel in his powerful hands.
Grasp that root over there and scramble up the side.
Merci, monsieur.
Start back to the city. Hurry.
I will do as you say, monsieur. I should not have run away in the first place. I stand no chance of escaping.
Well, I better scramble out of here myself. Now, the girl's out of sight already. She really must have run as fast as she... I wonder what she meant by standing no chance of escaping. I think I'll go back to the public inn at El Reyden and find out.
Usually the inn at El Reyden was either completely deserted or almost so. But now the walled courtyard was crowded. A dozen Arab horses were tethered there. A cortege of slaves stood about, and an enormous Senegalese guard stood sentry at the inn's entrance. His fierce eyes gleamed from beneath a scarlet fez, and he raised a huge broadsword as Tarzan attempted to enter.
Not go past this door.
The sign proclaims this to be a public inn, and I desire to enter. I'm looking for a girl who just ran from the jungle.
Is no girl here. Inn is closed to others during stay of Sheikh Hassanin Mohammed Hazara, my master. Room for no one else.
I believe the girl is here, and I intend to talk to the owner of the inn.
What is the cause for the disturbance, Muki?
Jungle man say he talk to you. I tell him...
It is Tarzan. May I be of service, Jungle Lord?
I seek a young French girl.
French girl? There is no French girl here.
Well, I should like to meet Sheikh Hazara and see what he has to say about her presence. Perhaps you have been paid for your silence.
I will confer with him, but you shall have to remain here. And I must lock the door against the possibility of your intrusion.
You are both fools. Had you invited this Tarzan to enter, I could have easily explained away the matter of the girl. But now you increased his curiosity. You make matters most difficult.
We only did what you ordered. You said no one else was to be admitted.
Unless I satisfy the curiosity of this jungle man, he may bring the police here. I cannot afford questions until I have reached my own land with the lovely French mamselle.
If there's nothing further you wish of me.
But there is, innkeeper. I desire you to prepare the most lavish meal of which you are capable, and to bring forth the best wines your cellars afford.
But, of course, mighty Sheik. I hasten to carry
Just
out...
a moment.
Yes, mighty Sheik?
Give me the key to the front door.
Of course. Here. I hasten to do your bidding.
What you do, master?
I shall throw the door open wide for the Lord of the Jungle. I shall invite him inside, and I shall honor him with food and drink. And whereas you two stumbling fools have only piqued his curiosity, I shall lay it to rest. No man shall deprive me of the beauty of the French girl. She shall be mine for all time.
You want Muki call guards? Watch Tarzan if he try make move against mighty Sheik.
I am more concerned with the actions of the girl. Go upstairs and tie her up. both her slender wrists and her tiny feet. Also, place a gag in her mouth and leave the whip where I can reach it easily should it be necessary to prove to her once again that I am the master.
I do as you say.
Good. With a gag in her mouth, she cannot cry out. And I am quite confident that I can outwit this jungle man.
We'll return to our story of Tarzan in just a moment. The last time Tarzan had been to the inn, it had been a crude affair. But for Sheikh Hazara's visit, it had been hung with silken drapes and lavish brocades. Indeed, it seemed like an oriental palace, and the innkeeper and his assistants were scurrying about, preparing a lavish meal for the desert potentate and his most honored guest.
But I insist you remain with me. It is not pleasant to dine alone.
I shall accept with thanks. I desire to discuss one of the members of your entourage.
But who among my followers has deserved the notice of such a noble one as you?
The young French girl who ran into the jungle and then returned here. And I warn you not to deny her presence.
Why should I deny it?
The Senegalese guard and the innkeeper pretended I had imagined her. I thought they acted on your orders.
They were but exercising caution. You see, Tarzan, we have not as yet been united by the vows of marriage, nor can we be until we have reached my land. Here, the government frowns on a man having more than one wife.
And this girl is returning to your land voluntarily?
Before you take your departure, you may hear with your own ears the girl's admission that she goes with me voluntarily. Turn just a little this way, my dear, and I shall cut the last of the thongs that hold your tiny feet. Ah, yes, the gag. I shall remove it immediately. I am afraid Muki misunderstood my orders. I did not wish you bound again. I have given up hope of taming you, Rene. There you are, my insolent beauty.
What trick are you planning now?
I am through with tricks. This afternoon you ran away and were almost killed. I shall not continue to press my suit. If you would rather face a jungle lion than me, you must detest me greatly indeed.
It is not that I detest you. At least I did not at first, but I came to Africa to meet the man I love. And I have no intention of becoming a member of your harem.
I have abandoned all hope of taking you home with me.
What do you mean?
A jungle potentate said he'd seen you in the jungle this afternoon when you ran away.
You're the creature who killed the lion with a knife and then let out a scream like that of an insane man?
The same. He desires you as one of his wives, and I have decided to let him take you.
Oh, no.
Perhaps you may enjoy the life in the jungle more than you would the life among my people. There you will be dressed in crude skins. You will live in a filthy hut. Beasts will be on your very doorstep. Your companions will be the foul-smelling savages with rings through their noses. And if you do anything that displeases them, you will be torn limb from limb and devoured by these followers of Tarzan.
Oh, no. No, please, Ezra. Take me back to Algiers. The one I love was to meet me there. You will be worried sick by now.
I had decided to return you to Algiers. But now that this jungle lord has taken a fancy to you, I may find it difficult.
I will not go with him. You've got to save me from him, Ezra.
He demands to see you before he leaves. But perhaps we can resist his demands.
Hazara, why is your slave dragging the girl in?
She is shy, except before me. Bring her over here, Muki.
Yes, master.
Musicians, cease your playing. We have an important jungle potentate who would put questions to this fair young damsel.
Why do you shrink from me, girl?
I saw how you acted this afternoon. Are you killed with your bare hands? Am I to admire such a savage?
But I killed only so that you would not be injured.
You are like the rest. You protected me only so that you could later...
I protected you because your life was in danger.
And that wild scream, what did that mean?
It was the victory cry of the bull ape. I learned it from...
The bull ape? Oh, save me from him, Ezra.
You do not require saving from me. I came here only because I thought the sheik held you against your will. I heard you say something about standing no chance to escape.
You misunderstood me. I said no such thing.
I was sure I heard you say those words. I intended wresting you from Sheikh Azara and taking you away to wherever you wanted.
You will not take me. I will not go with you. You are a jungle savage, and I would rather be dead than you.
That is enough, Renee. Are you convinced, Jungle Lord?
Yes. I apologize, Azara. I shall be on my way now. Thank you for your hospitality.
Not at all. We shall sojourn here for a few days before we ride on to the desert. Feel free to visit me at any time.
I shall not come back this way. I'm returning to the heart of my jungle. Goodbye.
I shall show you to the door, Tarzan.
Thank you, innkeeper. I'm sorry I insisted on entering your inn, but I was under the...
Musicians, resume the music of my land. Muki.
Yes, master.
Fetch my hookah. I desire the sweet incense of my pipe after this trying ordeal. I will have peace and rest before our journey of the morrow.
You are taking me back to Algiers so that I can meet him?
Algiers. I should journey all the way back to Algiers so that I may give you to another? No, my dear Renee. I am taking you to the desert so that you can become my bride.
But you said that...
I said just enough so that you will respond to Tarzan as I had hoped. You will continue to speak and act as I desire. And if my words do not convince you, be reminded of my other methods by the sound of my whip.
It was cold and penetrating that night as Tarzan made his way deep into the jungle. But the morning was hot again, and the unseasonable dryness had scorched the earth and destroyed the plants and the small game. Even the carrion birds were hungry, and as Tarzan made his way through the upper level, he could see a flock of them circling vainly over the jungle wilds. Then, suddenly, the ugly vultures who ordinarily fed on decayed flesh plunged downward. They had sighted a prey, and the scent of man, not yet dead, assailed Tarzan's nostrils. He streaked through the treetops, and a moment later he could see the hideous giant-like birds clawing and pecking at an exhausted white man. Tarzan leaped down, and his knife described great arcs as he stabbed furiously at the monstrous scavengers of the jungle.
It's no use. It's no use anyway.
What's no use?
Trying to make way through the jungle. I'll never find her anyway.
You're searching for someone?
I was searching. Not anymore. I'm finished. I'll never find Renee.
Renee? I've seen a girl by that name. Of course, there are many French girls whose names are Renee,
no,
but...
you don't. I've been taken in too many times as it is. Last one who claimed he'd seen her brought me into the jungle. He took the fee I'd promised him, and then he deserted me.
I see.
And the woman back at the hotel in Algiers. All she was interested in was money, too. Well, I don't know what your angle is, but you can beat it. If I'm going to die in this stinking jungle, I'll die. I've been taken for the last time.
Well, perhaps the vultures who escaped my knife shall not be cheated out of their meal after all.
In just a moment, the exciting conclusion of African Thanksgiving.
Well, at least the rain has come, Bill. You won't have to die in the blistering heat.
Back home at this time of year, everything's golden, red, and brown. Kids are cutting out jack-o'-lanterns, and women are roasting turkeys, baking pumpkin pies. There's a holiday we call Thanksgiving, Tarzan. I was going to take Renee back to America for Thanksgiving.
Perhaps you might like to talk about Renee before you die.
Yeah, I met her in Paris. I was an exchange student there, engineering. We fell in love, and I wanted to marry her, but I didn't have enough money to satisfy her parents. Oh, no, the way they figured it, she was going to marry a millionaire. Some oriental potentate had seen her at the store where she worked, offered him a fortune for her.
And they sold their own daughter?
No, they didn't do that, but it convinced them more than ever that Renee would make a brilliant match. Maybe they should have sold her to that Sheikh Azara. She'd have been better off.
Sheikh Azara?
When I graduated, I went back home. And 6 months ago, I had a chance to come to Africa on a job. And I'd be a little closer to Renee, so I took it. We corresponded regularly, and she wrote she was running away from home, that she'd meet me in Algiers.
What happened?
My job was almost finished, but I couldn't leave until all the loose ends were tied up. I was a couple of days late in reaching Algiers, but the woman who ran the little hotel there where Renee was to go had promised to take care of her.
And she didn't?
I finally got the truth out of her, or part of it anyway. She'd made up some far-fetched story about having received a message from me, and she convinced Renee that I wanted her to meet me in the interior.
Well, why did you do that?
Someone had paid her to do it. I couldn't force her to tell me who it was, but she admitted Renee had hired some Arab guides to lead her to me in the jungle. It's the last that was ever seen of her. I've been searching for her ever since.
Bill, ever since we've met, you've doubted my intentions, even though I saved your life. I also saved Renee's life, and she treated me as though I were a leper. But regardless of whether you want my help or not, you're going to get it. If it's within my power, the two of you will have a reason for Thanksgiving. That's the inn just ahead.
Yeah, it's obviously deserted. Said there was a huge caravan stopping there.
Sheikh Hazara said they would remain here for several days, but they could have changed their plan, I suppose.
The whole story's fantastic. A remote inn transformed into a potentate's palace.
I didn't say exactly that. I said that the interior had been decorated with rich fabrics and costly ornaments. It must have taken weeks of preparation to make the place ready for the coming of this desert ruler. Innkeeper? Innkeeper!
There's no one here.
There is someone here. I can catch the scent of man.
Yes?
It is Tarzan, innkeeper.
Tarzan? I know no one by that name.
But I was here last night.
You must have mistaken my poor inn for another. No one has been here for years, and I have never before laid eyes on you.
So you were leading me on with a story that was nothing but lies.
Come inside with me, Bill. Get out of the way, innkeeper.
What?
Rich fabrics and costly ornaments. Place is dusty and unkept.
Innkeeper, what happened to the trappings that hung here last night?
Trappings? I believe you have lost your reason, jungle man.
Where is Sheikh Hassanin Hazara and his followers? And where is the French girl?
You speak in the most amazing riddles. I know of no sheik or of any French girl. Certainly you must have confused my inn...
I apologize, Tarzan. She was here.
What?
Yes, innkeeper. You may have sprinkled dust around, and you may have erased all the other signs of your recent visitors, but I found this in the corner over there.
A shoe?
One of Renee's shoes. Our friend here must have overlooked it. I know it's hers. It's of French make, and it's her size. She has tiny feet. Not another girl in 1,000 could get this shoe on.
Now deny my story, innkeeper.
I only lied in order to save the young man greater sorrow.
What do you mean?
Just after you left, Tarzan, the girl grasped a flagon of poison and drank deep.
No.
She was buried early this morning in the graveyard at the edge of the city.
That cough's getting worse, Bill. You should have found shelter.
Not until I visited her grave.
A damp graveyard is certainly a poor place for a man with a cough. It's certainly a desolate place at night.
It's all my fault. If she'd never left France, she wouldn't be lying in this miserable cemetery. If I'd written to her to wait until...
There's someone over there. You!
Yes, Effendi?
Why are you digging in the rain and at night?
When someone dies at this time of the year, the sepulchre must be completed before the rains come too heavy. I was packing the earth firmly about this grave that was filled but this morning.
Renee's grave.
I know not the occupant of this final resting place, save that she was a young French girl who traveled in an Arab's caravan. The caravan has left.
But not before you were well paid to heap heavy rocks on the grave and pour cement between the cracks.
He told you he was just trying to make sure the rains wouldn't...
Hold on to him, Bill. He may regain consciousness soon. I didn't hit him hard.
Well, why did you hit him at all?
Because he isn't a grave digger any more than you are. He's one of Hazara's men, and he was attempting to make sure no one would ever open that grave.
What are you doing?
I'm digging up the coffin. And I'm reasonably certain we'll find it empty.
Well, Renee may be alive. But I think we've lost their trail now.
No, Bill, we haven't. The signs are even clearer now that we're beyond the rain belt.
I haven't seen any signs, even the ones you tried to point out to me.
Well, they covered their trail fairly well. Hazara hoped the story of Renee's death would discourage us, but he wasn't depending on it completely. Are you sure you don't want me to hunt for some small game, Bill?
Oh, I couldn't eat.
How do you feel?
Better than I thought I would, after sleeping in that wet treetop. And frankly, I'm sick of Africa. If only I could find Renee, I'd take her to America so fast she wouldn't even have time to catch her breath. I don't think we'd ever leave the good old USA again.
But first to find her.
Yeah. It looks so hopeless. How can we hope to catch them when they're on horseback?
Well, they, too, are traveling by foot now. Their horses were lame by the time they reached the last pass. You could tell by the uneven depth of the hoof marks.
You could tell. I couldn't tell a thing. All I know is that if I ever come face to face with Hazara...
You will be face to face with him, and soon. And, Bill, you must not show your hatred. You must act as I advised. You must pray that Renee is smart enough to catch on. If she makes one sign of recognition, it will mean the end for both of you.
Looks like quite a celebration.
Well, these native cities are always holding pageants and parades and dances. They're meant to please their gods. I only hope their chief will agree to our part in the ceremony.
I guess you know what you're doing. But I'd like to go right to Hazara's camp and just...
Oh, do you know why Hazara made camp on the edge of the city?
No.
Because his horses can no longer carry their burden. If he's to reach his own land, he must have camels. And the natives won't be willing to sell them for any price until their celebration is over.
Yeah, but in the meantime...
In the meantime, I'm going to have a talk with their chief, and you're going to dye your skin black and dress as a native witch doctor. Then you're going to make a call on Sheikh Hazara.
Rene, I must speak to some local witch doctor who has just arrived. You had best retire into the quarters of the women.
All right. I will go. Only I do not see what...
Greetings, Sheik of Great Desert.
My humble greetings to you. Rene, I told you to go.
No. Woman is to stay. You in my city. So I give orders.
As you say, witch doctor. Why have you come?
Today is great celebration in our village.
Yes, I know that. Your chief told me that I would...
we not sell you camels until parade through city over.
Yes, that was his decision.
But now, new decision made. Since you and your camp are within limits of city, your party must join in parade to gods.
I shall be most happy
This woman, she is great beauty. She please our gods. She ride camel at my side. I have spoken.
Rene, it is best to humor these native leaders. You'll have to do what he says.
All right, Hazara. I am ready to come with you, witch doctor.
Good. Camels tethered before entrance of Beit. Come with me. Goodbye, Sheikh Hazara.
All right, Bill, Renee. We're far enough from the Sheik and his men now.
Oh, there, oh. Hey, I'm almost able to manage a camel now.
Oh, you were wonderful, witch doctor Bill.
It was a fine performance. Well, it's time to remove your makeup now. We'll leave these camels here and take to the jungle. I guarantee that the Sheik will not be able to follow our trail. It'll be 3 or 4 days until the natives sell him camels, and by that time, you'll be on your way to America.
America?
Gee, I wonder what my friends back home would have said if they could have seen me dressed like that native witch doctor and riding at the head of that fantastic parade.
Oh, the parade was part of a week's feasting to honor the gods of the fields. Grain is thrown upon the ground in the belief that some of the earth's yield must be returned to it, or otherwise it will become barren. The celebration is held at each harvest time.
Oh, sort of a Thanksgiving ritual, huh? Thanksgiving. Hey, it's Thanksgiving today.
What is this Thanksgiving?
That's a holiday you'll find out about in America, Renee. We'll be too late for the turkey and the pumpkin pie this year. We still have a lot to be thankful for. And number 1 on the list is having met Tarzan.
From the heart of the jungle comes a savage cry of victory. This is Tarzan, Lord of the Jungle. From the black core of dark Africa, land of enchantment, mystery, and violence, comes one of the most colorful figures of all time, transcribed from the immortal pen of Edgar Rice Burroughs. Tarzan, the bronzed white son of the jungle. And now, in the very words of Mr. Burroughs, the story of Congo Christmas.
The village of the Karmiki tribe consisted of a rambling collection of thatched huts, a lean-to where the women ground corn and cassava, a palaver house and other tribal buildings, and a spiked boma that enclosed the village in a vain attempt to keep out the terrors of the jungle. But one building in the Majee stood out from the others. It was of costly teakwood and mahogany. Its door was of burnished copper, and fierce guards stood at its entranceway. This was the temple of Miyomoko, moon god of the Karmiki. The single eye of the moon god, a priceless star sapphire in the center of its forehead, glowered malevolently in the near darkness of the jungle dusk as a handsome young warrior placed a sacrifice of wild fruit at the feet of his idol.
Great Miyomoko, forgive Kedi for what he has done. Kedi not know what he do to make moon god angry, but now he not catch fish in his nets. Animals not come to his traps. His cattle run away, and Kedi not find them. Why you are angry, great Miyomoko?
I will tell you why Miyomoko is angry, son of Kamiki.
Oh, the high priest.
Miyomoko is not angry with you, Kedi. He is angry with all of the Kamiki tribe. But because you are strongest and bravest of the young warriors, he has selected you to redeem the people of tribe.
That is why my cattle run away? Why I no catch fish or animals?
It was a sign so that you would know you were the Matule.
The chosen one? Chosen for what?
You know that Miyomoko has been the god of your people since the beginning of time.
The deal?
You know that many of your tribe have given their lives to protect the great star sapphire that is the eye of the moon god.
The deal?
That many, including the father, the grandfather, and the great-grandfather of Miyamoko's high priest, have died for the moon idol?
Yes, I know all of this, high priest.
And yet, with each passing day, more people of tribe turn from Miyomoko and worship a false god.
You mean those who go to missionary?
Nidio, unless missionary is destroyed, unless people of Karmiki return to Miyomoko, fish will no longer come to our streams, our cattle will all disappear, our fields will be barren, and our children will die unborn.
But what is Kedi to do?
Tonight, when the moon is high, you, the chosen one, must go to the missionary building. You must find the man, Collier, and you must kill. I, High Priest of Miyomoko, have spoken. On the opposite end of the village, from the temple of Miyomoko, stood the small bamboo hut that housed the missionary school and church that the Reverend Andrew Collier had founded 3 years before. A distinct contrast to the imposing structure of the moon god, the fragile shelter was in a bad state of disrepair. The Reverend Collier had always meant to fix the roof and replace the siding, but other matters always seemed more important. Now, although the hour was close to midnight, he continued to work by the light of a flickering lantern. By his side, at a long table in what was ordinarily the classroom, stood Amma, a lovely native girl who was his best pupil, his most devout convert.
You are almost finished, Reverend Collier.
Finished? I've hardly begun, Amma. I have another 200 Christmas presents to wrap.
200? But there are not half that many Christians in the entire village.
We'd be very poor Christians if we gave presents only to those who agreed with our beliefs. Would you hand that spool of ribbon over there? Thank you.
There are yet many days until Christmas. Why must all the packages be wrapped tonight?
You can never tell what might come up. Now, I don't want to have old Santa Claus come along and find me not ready. Scissors, please, Alma.
It will be a wonderful Christmas, even though there are so few of us Christians.
There are more than there were last year, Alma, and more last year than the year before that. We have much to be thankful for. I'm ready for the next toy.
Oh, look at this one. A tiny kibwa.
Yeah, it's a rather cute little dog.
Yes.
But I'm afraid there won't be nearly enough toys to go around. I sent another letter to the church foundation, but they Oh, well, they couldn't possibly have sent all the things I asked for.
You are sad, Reverend Collier?
Not exactly. But I keep remembering those Christmases at home. There was always snow on the ground.
Snow?
There was a window in the choir loft. That was before I was ordained, you see. And that time I played the organ, led the choir. Well, before the services started, I used to look down at the people crossing the snowy field on their way to church. In the vestibule, they'd remove their overcoats and shake off the snow. And then the big doors at the back of the church would open and they'd start to pour in. That was my signal to begin. Usually on Christmas morning, the first hymn I played was, "Come All Ye Faithful." And they were faithful in those days, Armour. And as they entered the church, you could...
Oh, someone comes late at night.
Come in. The door to the mission is never locked.
Oh, Kitty.
Amma, I not think I find you here so late.
I have been helping the Reverend tie Christmas packages.
You go now, Amma.
Why? Why have you come here, Kitty?
Kitty has business with Reverend Collier.
But you have always refused to come into the missionary, even when I begged you.
Well, you should have gone hours ago, Armour. Ketty has business with me. I'm happy. I've waited long for this day. Go, Armour.
As you say, Reverend. Good night. Good night, Kitty.
You look sorely troubled, Ketty. May I help you? You can speak freely. We're alone.
Nadio, enemy of Miyamoko, great moon god of Kamiki. Now we are alone.
In just a moment, we'll return to our exciting story of Congo Christmas. Almost a year had passed since Tarzan had visited the village of the Karmiki. Now he was on his way back from the city of Amdumara, and since the elephant trail he followed came within a few miles of the Karmiki kraal, he decided to renew old friendships. As he made his way easily through the dense jungle vegetation, Nakima, the tiny monkey who was his frequent companion, danced at his side, chattering happily. Suddenly, as Tarzan reached the entrance of the village, he stopped in his tracks. From the temple of Miyomoko came the frenzied chanting of the high priest and his acolytes, and the low beating of the Moti Ngoma, the drum of death. Tarzan rushed to the shrine of the moon god and attempted to enter, but the powerful hands of the temple guards reached out for him, and massive bodies blocked his path.
The beating of the Moti Ngoma has been outlawed, and I demand to see our high priest at once.
Go back.
I do not wish to cause bloodshed, but unless you take your hands from me and step aside so that I can enter, I shall... Pass! Jumbo, high priest of Miyomoko.
Why do you come during ritual, Tarzan?
I was on my way to see Nagako, your chief, when I heard the sounds of the Moti Ngoma. Whose death are you plotting now?
We do not plot a death. This is but a vestige of an old custom.
A custom I know well. Your chief has long kept himself neutral in the struggle between you and others who do not believe in your fanatic religion, but I am not neutral. Tell me whose death you plan.
You do not frighten me, Lord of the Jungle. Soon the people of Karmiki will return to the obedience of Miyomoko. As the moon god was in years gone by, so will it be again. And none will dare defy its power.
The missionary. It's his death you plan.
By this time he is already dead. You are too late to stem the will of Miyomoko. With Nakima dodging his heels, Tarzan ran swiftly through the slumbering village. Ahead he could see the light of a flickering lantern from inside the mission. Perhaps the life of its founder also flickered. Tarzan reached the ramshackle building at last, and he flung the door open wide.
Reverend Collier, you're all right.
Of course I'm all right. Come in. Close the door after you.
Well, if you're busy,
No, Ketty was just leaving.
Nadio was just leaving.
Keddy. So you were the Matula.
Yes.
Matula? The chosen one, chosen to kill an enemy of Miyomoko. Did your nerve fail you, Keddy, or did Reverend Collier prove stronger than he looks?
Oh, you're mistaken, Tarzan. Keddy made no attempt upon my life. He came here to help me tie these Christmas packages.
Oh? And the razor-sharp kizu that lies on the ground, it was not meant as an instrument of death?
Keddy was merely using the knife to cut ribbons. I want you to leave now, Keddy. Neither of us will say anything about this to anyone.
Santa, Reverend Collier. And good night. Good night, Tarzan.
You're making a mistake, Reverend. Keddy failed once, but the fanatical followers of Miyomoko will soon bolster his wavering spirits, and even should he fail again, there are others to take his place. We must go to Nagako. He's a just chief, and he'll put new restrictions upon the high priest, and he'll punish Keddy.
Punishment will not help him. He's deeply troubled and needs help. I failed in my effort to find out the source of his trouble. But I can never succeed in my mission until I understand the Kamiki and their problems.
I will spend tomorrow watching Keddy. I'll try to uncover the source of his trouble, and I'll keep him from making another attempt on your life. But you must keep a sharp lookout for others. Death might come from any direction and at any moment.
All the next day, Tarzan shadowed Keddy. It seemed amazing that the youth was unaware of his presence, for Nakima, who clung to Tarzan's shoulder, chattered shrilly. But Keddy was lost in a world of his own. At that moment, he was tending his small flock of sheep, but he was so absorbed in thought that a tiny lamb wandered off unnoticed. And as the lamb reached the fringe of the jungle, Numa the lion drew close, attracted by the scent of a tasty morsel. The lamb stumbled uncertainly, its tiny ears raised in frightened query. It turned to rejoin its flock. But now the lion crouched low, powerful muscles flexed, and the king of beasts leaped toward its helpless prey. But at that exact moment, a bronze white savage catapulted from the trees, and a shaft of gleaming steel found its mark.
My lamb, Tarzan. Keddy's little lamb wandered off. Where is...
Your lamb is safe through no fault of your own, Keddy.
Oh, not Keddy's fault. His sheep, cattle wander off and cannot be found. Fish not bite on his line or enter his traps. Animals not caught by his snares. Is because Miyomoko is angry. Keddy is bewitched.
Keddy, I've been following you all day, and I can tell you why these misfortunes befall you.
Why?
Because you have no time to properly tend your nets or your traps. I watched you spend the entire morning peering through the window of the mission. I saw you stand for hours this afternoon near the hut where the women bake bread. And I observed you following the maidens when they went to the stream to fetch water.
Tarzan saw Keddy do these things?
I did. Keddy, you're so busy trying to catch glimpses of that girl, Amma, that you have no time for the other matters. When she's not within sight, you're busy dreaming of her. Naturally, your cattle and your sheep wander off unnoticed. The serious malady from which you suffer is known as love.
It's true. That is Keddy's great trouble.
Trouble? Well, if you're in love with Amma, why do you not ask to make marriage with her? Although you've lost some of your possessions, you surely have enough left for the marriage price.
Nadio, have marriage price, but Amma not marry me.
She doesn't return your love?
Is not that.
Her family doesn't think you would make a good husband?
Family of Amma think well of Keddy.
Well, then, what in the world is it?
Amma is Christian. I am what she called pagan. Reverend Collier says she cannot marry me. High priest of Miyomoko say I cannot marry her.
Oh, so that's the root of all the trouble. Keddy, gather your flock and return to the village. Before another day has passed, I'll arrange a meeting between Reverend Collier and the high priest of the moon god. Perhaps I can solve your problems.
I, the high priest of Miyomoko, will not leave the temple to visit the intruder.
The Reverend Collier has agreed to come here to discuss the matter.
He may enter, but only in the custody of 4 of my strongest guards.
You are to be alone in the temple when he comes. The guards and the other priests and the sentries are to be removed. You're to meet as equals.
And why should I agree to such ridiculous conditions?
Because your chief, the mighty Nagako, knows nothing of your instructions to Keddy. Unless you agree to the meeting as I have outlined it, you'll be told. Nagako has no patience with plans for murder, and you shall feel the fury of his anger and the power of his authority.
I agree to your terms. Tell the Reverend Collier to enter the temple when the hour of midnight has come again. And so, in the dead of night, the missionary met with the high priest, and they discussed earnestly the love of a pagan youth and a Christian maiden. 100 yards from the temple, the people of Karmiki stood motionless, intent. The temple guard stood in readiness, and Tarzan near them watched anxiously. Even Nakima seemed filled with the importance of the moment. He dashed off frequently, and then returned to whimper at the feet of his master. After what seemed like hours of endless waiting, the Reverend Collier came down the temple steps. Amma and Keddy rushed toward him.
Reverend Collier, you are safe.
Of course I'm safe, Amma. We had a most friendly discussion of your problem.
And the decision, Reverend Collier.
Well, I gave ground and the high priest gave ground, though he was forced to consult many scrolls and sacred records.
Yes?
Finally, we arrived at a compromise. You are to study the teachings of Mimoko for 3 days, and Keddy is to study the word of Jesus. 3 days is not much time to absorb a religion, but at the end of that time...
Stop, thief! Do not let him get away!
Stop what thief? What are you talking about, High Priest?
Several times while we spoke, I left the Reverend Collier alone. And when he was gone, I found that it was missing. The great star sapphire. The eye of Miyamoko.
But I stole nothing.
He would not steal. He is good.
This is some plot of yours. You pretended to make a reasonable agreement, and then
There is no agreement. There never will be. The man Collier has defiled our God. Your threats to tell the chief of my plans do not frighten me, Tarzan. Let him know. Let everyone know that I, the high priest of Miyamoko, will have revenge. Every Christian in the village shall be killed, and the man Collier shall be first.
In just a moment, the strange conclusion of Congo Christmas. The anger of the high priest had reached the point of hysteria, and now the disciples of Miyamoko surged forward to overpower the missionary. But in the instant of the attack, the pitifully few members of the cleric's parish formed a protective circle about him. The tiny band wavered before the savage onslaught of the multitude, but in that moment Tarzan jumped to the steps of the temple. In his hand he held his great bow, and at his side hung a quiver filled with metal-tipped arrows.
The first one who places a hand on Reverend Collier will get an arrow through his heart.
Do not hold back, disciples of Miyamoko. Collier must be killed.
No one be killed.
Great Chief Nagako.
Great Chief Nagako, your high priest has accused the Reverend Collier of stealing the star sapphire of the moon god. It must be plain to you that he could be guilty of no such crime.
What is true can be proved. Search him.
Oh, he is a holy man. You cannot believe
It's all right, Alma. I've been accused of a theft, and it's only right that I should be searched. As a matter of fact, I insist on it.
I search you, Collier.
Chief Nagako, I'm sure the missionary did not steal the gem, and since no one else entered or left the temple, it's plain that this is only a plot to discredit him and the work he's done among your people for 3 years.
No one guilty until proved so. No one innocent until trial has been held. Well, High Priest?
The eye of Miyamoko is not on him. He has passed it to someone else. I know he is guilty.
Tomorrow, when dawn has come, we hold trial. Nagako, chief of all Kamiki, has spoken.
Why do you not invite me inside the mission, Reverend Collier?
We can talk out here.
There's much talk among the natives. Although the High Consul did not find you guilty, there are those who insist now that you are concealing something.
Why?
Oh, surely you're not that blind, Reverend. This morning a large safari arrived with many packages for you, and one crate so large that it took 2 elephants to carry. You've taken these things inside, and the door has remained closed. Can't you see that you're inviting suspicion?
Perhaps.
Perhaps. Even Chief Nagako is beginning to believe that you stole the sapphire in order to pay for these goods you had delivered. I ask you to tell me what the crates contained.
Well, it would be easy for you to climb to that tree over there and look down into the mission. The roof's still open in many places.
I will not look in without your invitation, and Nagako has forbidden the others to do so. But even my friendship and the spirit of justice that Nagako holds dear will not prevail long against the growing temper of the Karmiki.
Tarzan, for 3 years I've taught the unvarnished principles of Christianity. It's not enough. If I'm to succeed, I must match the colorful ceremonies of the native rites. These people will not accept the word of the Bible for miracles. They must see them with their own eyes.
And you intend to perform a miracle?
No, that I cannot do. But I'm inviting every member of the tribe to come here tomorrow. Perhaps on Christmas Day I can reveal something here that they will accept as a miracle.
It's my only chance for personal safety, so that I may continue to fight for a cause that I know is right.
It's late, Keddy. You'd best go to Yahima. Perhaps in the morning we can try to straighten things out.
Is no way straightened. Now Keddy won't be Christian. But high priest say never let Keddy go. Puts curse on marriage.
Well, things may look different by tomorrow, Keddy. Tomorrow's Christmas, and I have a feeling things are going to happen.
Keddy cannot wait long. Inside is sick. His heart...
Shh, someone coming.
I go. But try help poor Keddy. Be well, Tarzan.
Go well, Keddy. Quiet, Nikima. The hour's late. Who is it?
You are alone?
Except for Nikima, my small monkey. Who comes?
It is I.
The high priest of Miyomoko. Come to call on me in a simple hut?
No longer am I proud and haughty, Tarzan.
What?
My father and my father's father and his father protected the priceless eye of Miyomoko. They gave their lives that the honor of the moon idol should not be blemished. But I have failed. Would that I were dead.
Your death would not solve the mystery.
If only some miracle would return the eye of the moon god. Tarzan, you must help me.
Perhaps if you were to speak with Reverend Collier, he could help you. He studied a great deal about the miracles of the past.
If only he could perform some miracle for me, I would be his friend. No longer would I oppose his ways. If only he could perform a miracle that would restore the sapphire, the honor of Miyomoko would be saved.
I know no more about the location of the missing gem than you do, and I'm reasonably certain Reverend Collier doesn't either, but he hints at a miracle that is to happen tomorrow. I suggest that you come to his Christmas party.
Christmas in the Congo. The dawn came early and the sun was strong. But even before the daylight had come, the entire village had gathered outside of the tiny mission. Inside, the Reverend Collier peered out nervously. The church foundation had been generous beyond his fondest dreams, but everything they'd sent him might be in vain. Now, as he nodded to Amma, the doors and the windows were thrown open. In front of the strange-tempered crowd, he could see the high priest, Tarzan, Nagako, the aging chief, Keddy, and the others. They watched him intently as he sat down before a huge box-like structure, a strange affair that had required 2 elephants to carry. And then, as he'd done so long ago, on those Christmases before he'd been ordained, the man Collier set to his task.
Look! Eye of moon god fall from heaven.
From nowhere. Right at the feet of the high priest.
Miracle. It is a miracle. The eye of the moon god dropped from the heaven at the sound of your magic. This is a miracle. One I didn't plan.
We are friends now, Reverend Collier. Please make more magic with the box that plays music. Perhaps it will bring a charm upon the Christmas wedding.
Amma, did you hear that?
Yes, Keddy, I heard.
Let us walk short distance way, Tarzan.
All right, Nagako.
I am old, Tarzan. Soon I will go to long sleep. I would like to know how miracle happened.
I do not pretend to understand miracles, Great Chief. But now that I look back, the only one who could have slipped into the temple and stolen the jewel was my tiny monkey, Nikima. It's also possible that he hid it in the one place that your people were told to stay away from, the roof of the mission house.
Ah, Mateo, it could be, as you say.
And, of course, the roof has many holes, and the vibrations of the organ might easily have shaken it loose. But then, maybe we could be wrong. Perhaps it was a miracle.
From the heart of the jungle comes a savage cry of victory. This is Tarzan, Lord of the Jungle. From the black core of dark Africa, land of enchantment, mystery, and violence, comes one of the most colorful figures of all time, transcribed from the immortal pen of Edgar Rice Burroughs. Tarzan, the bronzed white son of the jungle. And now, in the very words of Mr. Burroughs, the story of Congo murder.
Johnny Convey had met many men since he'd arrived in Africa, but of them all, Tarzan was the only one he looked upon as a real friend. The handsome suntanned youth had hurried the 50 miles to Tarzan's seacoast cabin. Now he burst in, too full of excitement and enthusiasm to bother with knocking.
I found it, Tarzan.
Johnny, hello.
I found it at last.
The gold you've been searching for?
You're not kidding. Wait till I show you something. Yeah, here's Lulu, the first gold nugget I found. I drilled that hole through so I could wear the string around my neck. Lulu sure brought me luck.
Lulu was not the last gold you found, I presume.
Tarzan, I made a richer strike than I ever dreamt of. More of it than I can spend in a lifetime.
Johnny, do you want my advice?
Sure, what?
Take the pick you used to unearth the gold and bury it twice as deep as it was. Then forget about it.
Are you nuts?
You're happy today, and I'd like to see my friends happy, but you won't remain that way if you keep the gold, Johnny. It brings nothing but evil.
Evil? Are you kidding? This gold's going to do more good than a barrel of lemonade at a 4th of July picnic.
I've never seen gold do anything but bad.
Watch my dust when I get home. I've got a dad who was hurt in a mine cave-in when I was just a kid. My folks haven't had a really decent meal or a halfway fit place to live since then. But that's all going to change now. I'm going to buy him the best house in town. Then I'm going to buy Dad the most expensive suit that's made, and I'll doll Mom up like she was a queen. She always wanted a black velvet dress with real lace.
And you want nothing for yourself, Johnny?
Why, sure I do. I'm no tin angel. I got a girl who's been waiting for me for 6 years now. Won't even go to a movie with any other guy. Well, I'm going to make everything up to her now. We'll have a wedding like a couple of movie stars, and after we're married, we'll live the life of Riley.
Yes, I thought that's the sort of thing you'd planned for yourself.
Oh, now you think I'm selfish, huh? Well, I won't be. Honest, I won't, Tarzan. I'm one guy who's going to get a thrill out of being rich.
Well, it's a beautiful picture, Johnny. I hope it works out the way you've planned. And I'm glad you came to tell me your good news.
Well, frankly, I came because I've got to have a hand taking the gold to Omdurmara. They've got some sort of a government agency there that gives you cash or letters of credit or something for the gold. I'm going to straighten things out with them and then head back for the good old USA. I figure that if you help me, we can get to Omdurmara by Tuesday, and then I can see about the rest of it.
I'm sorry, Johnny, but I can't do what you ask.
Huh? Are you serious?
Yes.
I don't get it. You've always made a big thing about being my pal.
Well, I am your friend, and were you in trouble, I'd gladly risk my life for yours, Johnny, but you want me to leave my jungle to transport gold. Gold for which men lie and rob and kill. Even though you now plan to do good with your gold, Johnny, I can't help you.
Well, that's a pretty fancy speech, but boiled down, all it amounts to is a turn down. A real noble-sounding way of turning down a guy you don't want to help.
Oh, Johnny.
I intended to give you something for your trouble, but I suppose you're too high and mighty to dirty your hands on my filthy lucre.
Now, just a minute. Try to understand my way of thinking. You see, many times in the past, men have wanted my help in searching for gold or ivory or treasures, and every time I gave in, I saw nothing but violence. As a result, I finally made certain laws for myself, and, well, wrong or right, I must follow those laws.
Okay. Forget I asked you. Just skip it. I'll lug it to Omdurmara myself.
Oh, you'd be foolish to travel through the jungle with a great quantity of gold, Johnny. Why don't you take samples to the government metal exchange at Omdurmara? I understand they need gold badly, and, well, they'll be undoubtedly willing to send an armed safari to bring it back. Hide it somewhere and let them find it.
You're just full of advice, aren't you?
Oh, now, don't take it that way, Johnny. I value your friendship, and though I refuse to transport gold for you, I'll be happy to come with you and see that you reach Omdurmara safely.
Thanks just the same, pal, but I wouldn't enjoy traveling in your company. And I can reach there without any help from you.
We'll return in just a moment to our story of Congo murder. Few men would have dared to cross the African Congo alone, but Johnny Convey was brave, and his 3 years in the jungle had taught him many secrets of the veldt. But not one man among thousands could have distinguished between the trailing green jungle vines and the slender green body of the deadly Atheris viper which hung directly over the narrow trail, directly over a spot where Johnny would pass in a matter of seconds. The viper's neck glands were distended with poison. Its beady eyes gleamed wickedly, and its hungry fangs darted from the cruel slash of mouth. Johnny walked on, nearer and nearer the tree. The viper glided another inch downward. The leaves crinkled under Johnny's feet. The viper arched its flat, ugly head, ready to strike. And as the head shot forward, an arrow sang through the air and pinned it to the tree.
What? An arrow right through its ugly head. Only one man in the world could have made a shot like that. Tarzan! Tarzan! I knew it was you, and I won't have you following me. I told you I could get to Omdurman without your help, and I can. I know you saved my life just now, and maybe I ought to be appreciative.
You don't have to shout, Johnny.
Oh, no. Oh, first you save my life, then you scare me half to death. Do you always sneak up on people?
No, not always. You sound a little more like the old Johnny now.
Well, I've been burned up ever since we had that talk a couple of days ago, but I think I'm over it now. How long have you been following me?
Ever since you hid your gold in that cave near the Yusanga village.
You saw me hide it?
No, your secret's safe with me.
Oh, I wasn't worried about that.
I was afraid you might get into trouble trying to cross the jungle alone. That's why I followed you.
Well, thanks, Tarzan. You are a friend. But I think I'll be okay now. I'd really rather go on alone. I've played it single-handed for 3 years now, and it'll mean something to me to be able to finish up the job by myself. Do you mind?
Oh, no, Johnny. I've always liked completing my tasks alone, too. And the worst stretch of jungle is behind you.
Yeah, that's right. One more day's march, a few business matters, and then for home. I'm still wearing Lulu around my neck, and she's good luck. Nothing can happen to me now.
My congratulations to you, Mr. Conway. The assay report on the gold you brought is amazing.
Whew, that's a relief. You were in that laboratory so long, I figured maybe my high school chemistry wasn't so hot.
Oh, it was quite hot enough. If the gold you've hidden in that cave is the same as the samples you brought to Andumara, you will be an extremely wealthy young man.
It's got to be the same, Mr. Beaumont. It's all from the same load.
But you do understand that it's impossible for us to pay until the gold is here and has been carefully weighed and analyzed.
Oh, sure. I understand that. But I'm anxious to get home. Could you make me a little advance?
Oh, we'd be happy to pay you for the samples. That'll be more than enough to see you home in style. And as soon as our safaris return with the balance of the gold, we'll forward a check for the full amount.
Oh, that's terrific. Oh, could I have the money now? For the samples, I mean.
I'll have my clerk draw up a draft for you immediately. But you're forgetting one little incidental, Mr. Conway. You haven't given me the map, so that our safari can get the balance of the gold.
Oh, yeah. Well, I guess you'll need the map, all right, but what sort of a guarantee do I have that someone won't take my map and do me out of my 3 years' work?
You mean you don't trust me, Mr. Conway?
Oh, sure. I trust you, Mr. Beaumont, but you won't be going in the jungle for this yourself.
You're mistaken. This gold is very important to my government. I have every intention of personally heading the safari.
Oh, well, that's different.
I'm sorry to rush you, but I have a great many things to take care of before I leave. So if you don't mind, the map, please.
Mais oui, monsieur. You are most fortunate. I can give you reservations on a ship leaving Omdurman within a few days.
Ah, that's swell.
But there is but one difficulty.
What's that?
All of the less expensive cabins were reserved many months ago. All that I have left are the deluxe cabins. They are quite expensive.
Is that all? For a minute you had me worried.
The price of your reservation is not important to you?
Listen, I'll tell you a secret. It wouldn't bother me if you charged me $5,000 to get home. Listen, in a couple of months, I'll have enough dough to buy my own ocean liner.
Oh, you have recently come into an inheritance?
No, sir. I worked for this dough myself, gold mining in the jungle.
In the jungle? Oh, but that is amazing. You know, I was told that there was not sufficient gold in the jungle to warrant mining.
Yeah, well, don't you believe it, pal.
Perhaps you are pulling my leg. You Americans are great jokers.
Oh, this isn't any joke. A guy doesn't kid about something he spent 3 years working for.
No. You are right, monsieur. For many years I have worked in this dreary steamship office, and I do not joke about it.
Well, cheer up, pal. Maybe you can go into the jungle someday and strike it rich, too.
Oh, even the adventure without the gold would be enough. But, monsieur, tell me, is it not dangerous coming into a city like Omdurman laden with gold?
Oh, you don't have to worry about me. All I brought were a few samples.
I have heard it is possible to make the arrangements at the exchange for them to transport the gold when it is found. If I were to go into the jungle and make such a discovery, I would make a map showing where I'd hidden it, and I would let them take the risk of going after it.
You got it all figured out, huh?
Oui, monsieur. I would make a map to give them, and then I would keep a copy so that...
I didn't say anything about a map or a copy.
Of course not, monsieur. I was only saying what I would do were I
You seem to be getting awfully nosy about my business.
Oh, monsieur, 1,000 apologies. Oh, I did not mean to pry. It is only that when I speak of the jungle, I get carried away. Always the jungle to me has the great fascination. Please, forgive me, monsieur.
That's all right. Now, how about the ticket, huh?
Well, it will take some time to fill out the forms. You are probably staying at the Hotel International, eh?
That's right.
Well, I shall bring the ticket and the required papers to your hotel tonight.
Thank you for the drink, mynheer.
Just call me Johnny. We're pals, aren't we, Herr Berger?
Yeah, we are pals. Johnny and Carl. Tell me, Johnny, how did you happen to pick an old rummy like me to drink with? I should have thought you'd pick a young woman, or at least a younger man.
Oh, no dames for me till I hit the States. But I came in here to celebrate some good luck, and you look like someone who could stand a little celebrating, see?
Yeah, celebrating I can stand. 6 years I've had nothing to celebrate. Still, I spend my evening drinking. There's no place in this world for a useless old man, Johnny.
Oh, you don't look useless, Herr Berger. I bet in your day you were a real sharp guy, huh? What'd you do, huh?
I was a metallurgist, but I made mistakes and I was thrown out.
What kind of mistakes?
Well, I was working for a company that searched for gold. I selected the spots for their mining operations. Only there was no gold there.
Oh, I wish I could tell you where to look so you could get a new start. Oh, but I can't do that.
It's too late for me anyway, Johnny. We have another drink, huh?
Sure.
Bartender, bring us some schnapps.
I've been standing here for the last 10 minutes. Here's the bottle here, Berger. Looks like a big evening.
Hi, Mr. Beaumont. My clerk says you insisted on seeing me.
That's right, Mr. Beaumont. My name is Tarzan.
I'm happy to meet you, Tarzan. Now, state your business. I'm in a bit of a hurry.
Why?
Well, I hardly think my business concerns you, but for what it's worth, I'm leaving tomorrow morning on a jungle safari.
To find Johnny Convey's gold, perhaps?
Just how much do you know about the gold?
All there is to know, I imagine. Johnny Convey is my friend. He told me about his discovery and his plans before he left for Amdamara. He intended to come here to the exchange first.
Oh?
He did see you.
Yes.
And he gave you the map showing the location of the cave?
Perhaps. Exactly what do you know about the cave?
Well, I know where it is.
What?
No, don't worry. I'm not interested in the gold, but I am interested in Johnny. After I left him in the jungle, I started worrying about him, and, well, I followed him here.
Very considerate of you. And just when did you arrive?
Well, this morning, and I can't find Johnny anywhere. He's not at the hotel, and his name wasn't on the passenger list of the French vessel that sailed last night.
Of course it wasn't. You sure you arrived only this morning?
Well, of course I'm sure. What are you getting at?
I don't know why those at the hotel didn't inform you. But Johnny Convey was murdered there last night.
In just a moment, the exciting conclusion of Congo Murder.
It seems to be, Tarzan, that you had the most to gain by young Convey's death.
I gained by Johnny's death? How?
Well, it adds up very simply. You knew the location of the cave, and you were aware he intended turning the map over to me.
Yes?
Having your own secret hideaway not far from the cave, it would be a simple matter for you to steal the gold and keep it hidden until the story of Johnny Convey's death was forgotten.
Just a minute, Beaumont.
You figured that when I came for the gold and found none there, I'd assumed that Convey's story was just another of those fables invented by men who've been in the jungle too long. That the comparatively small amount of gold he brought to me was the sum total of his discovery.
If that was my plan, why should I have come to call on you?
Perhaps to cover up your own tracks. You may have already removed the gold from the cave.
I haven't touched the gold, and quite frankly, Beaumont, I suspect that you intend to take Johnny's treasure for yourself instead of for your government.
Now, see here, Tarzan.
You may have already sent someone ahead to get it, and your safari may be nothing but a blind.
I've sent no one ahead.
Well, then, according to our claims, the gold should still be there.
It should be.
I'll make a bargain with you, Beaumont. We'll enter the jungle together. We'll travel all the way to the cave in the same safari. We shall be able to keep an eye on one another.
Agreed. And both of us know that the jungle often reveals the true nature of the man. By the time one of us returns, the truth should be known.
Mais oui, Monsieur Tarzan. I waited on Monsieur Convey. I was most distressed to learn of his death.
How did the hotel happen to tell you of his death? They wouldn't tell me.
I know the manager very well. When I came to the hotel with Monsieur Convey's reservations, the manager confided the terrible news to me. But he wanted it kept quiet, of course. The reputation of the hotel, you see.
Yes, the reputation of the hotel has never been too shining.
Ah, you are right. But if other explorers learn that when they emerge from the jungle with their fortune and then stopped at the hotel, naturally they would...
What do you know about Johnny Convey's fortune?
Well, he was a very friendly young man. He spoke about the gold. It was most fascinating.
I dare say.
Everything about the jungle is fascinating to a man who works in a humdrum steamship office. I hope someday I can travel into the jungle.
Suppose I gave you that opportunity.
Comment?
I am to be a member of a safari headed by Mr. Hugh Beaumont that leaves for the jungle in the morning. We should be delighted to have you as our guest.
Oh, but that should be most exciting. I have a vacation coming soon. I am sure the manager can arrange things so I can leave tomorrow. I would be happy to join you, Monsieur Tarzan.
I'm told, Herr Berger, that Johnny Convey's last night on Earth was spent in your company.
Ja, das ist richtig. We were drinking right here at this very table. You have a drink?
No, thank you.
Then I have a drink alone. Bartender! Bartender!
I don't see a bartender on duty.
Where did they not go? I certainly need a drink. First I hear of the violent death of a friend. Then I have a great disappointment in my business.
Oh, what was that?
You wouldn't be interested in my business.
You were a friend of my friend. I am interested.
Well, you see, I am a metallurgist. Not a very successful one. But I learned recently about a very interesting discovery in the jungle. Today I tried to raise money to finance an expedition into the interior. I found out my credit is not good.
Herr Berger, it just so happens that I'm leaving Amdamara with a large safari in the morning. We should be delighted to have you join us.
The next morning, the strange safari started out. Beaumont and his bearers, Herr Berger, who claimed to be a metallurgist, Daladier, who said he quested only for adventure, and Tarzan, each suspecting the other of Johnny Convey's murder, each believing the rest were interested only in the gold. The trail was rough, and the jagged nerves of the travelers even rougher. By the time camp was made on the second night, the men were snarling at each other.
Well, Daladier, you going to help bring the cartons of food over to the cook stove, or do you intend to rest?
Well, can the bearers do it?
They're my bearers, not yours. And you'll do your share of the work around here, or I know the reason why.
Come on, Daladier. We'll carry one of the cartons together. We don't have to stand for the insults of the English hund.
I'll carry the packages. They weigh little, and I...
Well, what's wrong, Tarzan?
Someone's very carefully drilled a hole into each of the food parcels. They're alive with white ants.
White ants?
All the food spoiled? This is some of your work, Daladier.
Do I look like a man who would enjoy starving? See what Berger has to say about this. He's been carrying his own food. I suppose your food supply is all right, Herr Berger.
Of course it is all right. I've been carrying it on my own back.
Yes, but why?
Because I can't eat the swill the rest of you seem to enjoy.
They've got a sensitive stomach.
But your conscience isn't so sensitive. You'll just as soon see the rest of us starve, so that you can get the gold without interference.
I swear I'm not responsible.
None of us shall starve. I'll hunt for our dinner, but you will all have to get along with each other until I get back.
I'll make them behave themselves to the point of a gun if I have to.
What happened to Burger?
He's been shot.
A little of your discipline, Mr. Beaumont?
Certainly not. But Deladier and Berger started arguing the moment you were out of sight. I got good and sick of it and ordered them out of the camp. They hadn't gone beyond the fringe of the trees over there when I heard a shot.
I see.
Much as I've mistrusted Berger, I don't like to see him dying like this.
Perhaps I can dig out the bullet and we can stop the bleeding. Yeah, Berger, this will be very painful, but I'll try to be as gentle as possible. Then.
Can you see it?
Yes, it's not really embedded very deeply, but it's in a critical place. I can just get hold of it.
Well, can I help you, Tom?
No, I'm getting it now. I think I can.
You can't help him now, Tarzan.
No, poor fellow. But I did get the bullet out, Beaumont. It's a .32, by a strange coincidence, the same caliber as your pistol.
My pistol hasn't been fired. You can examine it if you like.
What have you done with Deladier?
My men are holding him in that tent over there.
I saw no gun on him.
I admit I couldn't find his gun after the shooting, but he's responsible, all right. He killed Berger, and he undoubtedly killed Johnny Convict, too. Who set that fire? Tarzan, did you find out?
No. By the time I pulled you and Deladier apart, whoever it was, it made his escape.
I don't believe it was anyone from outside the camp. I think Deladier here set the fire in order to kill the rest of us.
See here, Beaumont.
I see perfectly. The gold is very tempting, isn't it, Deladier?
You ought to know, Mr. Beaumont.
Tarzan, I demand that you help us tie up Deladier and take him back as a prisoner.
We have no evidence of his guilt on any of those charges. Remember, we suspected poor Herr Berger just yesterday. We didn't even believe he was a scientist.
Well, if he'd shown us the papers we later found in his wallet...
I personally am less suspicious of Deladier than I am of you, Beaumont.
Oh, perhaps you and the Frenchman are in this together. Don't forget Berger was killed during a period when you were out of sight of the camp. Perhaps you were hunting. Perhaps you weren't.
If we're through with our accusations for the night, maybe we can all get some sleep.
Well, we are awake, so we might as well get on. We should reach the cave by dawn.
Well, I'm for pushing on tonight.
All right, perhaps it's time we got this over with. I have a feeling that the sight of our goal will make the murderer reveal his hand.
The safari reached the jagged rocks that protected the cave just as the sudden Congo dawn broke over the jungle. Tarzan watched Beaumont and Deladier carefully. But neither of them dashed forward. Neither revealed the all-consuming mania for gold that leads a man to murder. They walked slowly forward toward the cave's yawning mouth. Together, the three of them entered the damp, inky black cavern. Cautiously, they approached the corner where Johnny Convey had hidden his treasure.
Under the ground! I don't know who you are, but
No, don't swallow him anymore. I give him...
All right. Come outside while we can see you.
Right.
He's a rough-looking character, all right. How did he find out about the cave? Who is he?
Why did you fire at us?
I thought you were animals or savages or something. I've been lost in the jungle for days. I just wandered in there by accident.
A likely story.
Just a minute, Beaumont. He may be telling the truth.
Why, I am telling the truth. I didn't touch any of the gold.
Maybe you just got here. Maybe you didn't have time.
You and your continuous suspicions, Beaumont. I think the man is telling the truth, and we ought to help him. He got badly scratched up in this skirmish.
Mr. Beaumont has some first aid equipment. If you'll take off your shirt, we'll paint those scratches.
No, I don't want to take off my shirt.
Why? What are you trying to hide?
You can't make me do it. I won't.
I'll do it for you, then.
Gold nugget around his neck. The one poor Johnny Convict wore.
Oh, no, you don't. You're staying right here, and you're answering a few questions.
I've got my gun trained on him, Tarzan.
You can count on me if he starts any trouble, Monsieur Tarzan.
It looks as though Lulu didn't bring you any more luck than it brought Johnny Convey.
I should have left it on him.
Who are you? Why did you kill him?
To get the map. I was a bartender at a cafe back in Omdumara. I heard Berger and him talking about the gold one night. I thought I could get here before the rest of you, but you kept getting closer and closer to me.
You were afraid we'd meet and that Berger would recognize you. That's why you killed him, too, huh?
Oh, yes. Go ahead. Kill me.
No, we'll take you back to Omdumara for punishment. And we'll take Johnny's gold back, too. So that 3 people in America may have the things he'd planned. It's ironic that they have to be purchased at the cost of Johnny Convey's life.